Hello friends, it's Candace and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting to a video called Doth Piercing for Migraine Relief, Full Piercing and Aftercare, and it's posted by the Feel Good Man. Now, this person, I believe, suffers from migraines. They are not the person that is offering doth piercings for migraines. So before I get started, I just want to say, don't hate on him. If anything, maybe check out his channel, see if he's any good. I don't know what his channel is about, but definitely don't give him any hate. If anything, I'm just diving right into it. But like, basically, before I get started with saying anything, don't send him hate. He's just a victim of migraines, and that is it. He is not the bad guy in this situation, because there kind of is a bad guy in my personal opinion. But anyway, before I really get started, I want to say don't forget to like this video and comment down below. Comment anything you want, even if it's not about the video or the piercing. It'll just help boost my engagement. I would love my channel to grow a little bit more. That way I can reach more people and spread more information about piercings that is not necessarily widely available. A lot of piercing content on YouTube is kind of based in misinformation, and I feel like as a piercing enthusiast who has done a lot of research on the topic, I feel like I have a lot of information to give, and I have a lot of corrections to offer with some misinformation that is out there being presented to just the general public. I want to help you people. But anyway, so if you like these kind of videos, if you want to have more knowledgeable content out there, please like and comment. It'll just help boost me up a little bit. And do it to all my videos, even if it's just a like, even if you just comment a little period, that would help me the greatest amount, and I would appreciate you so much. And don't forget to subscribe as well. That way, that will obviously also help grow the channel, but that's a given. Definitely send me any videos if you want to see me react to anything else. I would love to react to some YouTube videos that you might think are spreading misinformation, or you think I would think is spreading misinformation. I don't want to be a hater, but I do want to have the truth coming out. A lot of people just don't know any better, and they're not necessarily wrong. They don't deserve hate, but the public and the rest of the world definitely does deserve to know the truth, and it's hard to find it. It's a lot of work to do research on piercings. Send me links if you want. Blah 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 blah. Love you guys. Let's get started on this reaction. I've tried to start doing this reaction twice already, and I just keep rambling, and then my audio isn't recording, and it just friggin' so annoying. But anyway, we can actually start now, and I'll try to keep my long spiel till the end, because this one's a little bit of a doozy.
Right now I'm really excited because I've just turned up at Burgess Hill and I'm about to have my doth piercing, or piercings, that's right, it's a part of your ear that's that you can get pierced, and I'm doing it in the hope that I can reduce the amount of headaches that I get. So I'm off there right now.
Now, before I go any further, I have watched only like 4 minutes of the video, then I was like, I definitely got to make a video about this. But if you don't know about doth piercings, it is the hoop. My doth piercing is covered by my ear, whatever it's called. It's a hoop. I can show a picture here. It is a piercing that people get in their ear, and the actual purpose is just to look good. It's just an aesthetic thing. Piercings are always just aesthetic. Most piercings don't have any functionality. A lot of people do get doth piercings in the hopes that they do cure their migraines. And there is some base of, maybe not truth, but there's some reasoning behind it. It's not just out of thin air that people think this. If you don't know, I'm pretty sure this idea comes from acupuncture. This is the same for anything like the Sheen Mane piercing or whatever. It's just a flat piercing. And the doth piercing, and I think the tragus piercing, if you get that, it's supposed to help reduce your appetite or something, and like the flat piercing is supposed to get rid of your anxiety, the doth piercing is supposed to cure your migraines. All of these ideas, from my understanding, are based in acupuncture. Apparently an acupuncturist is trained to like put these little needles in your ear to hit a certain point that is supposed to help alleviate some of your ailments, at least for a short while. And the idea is that an acupuncture only lasts for however long acupuncture lasts. I don't know, like 30 minutes you sit there. I don't know how long you're supposed to sit with acupuncture needles. So that's supposed to only last a short while, maybe like a week or two after. I really have no idea. But the idea is getting an actual full needle through the spot and then a piercing permanently in the location of that like pressure point, the like relief point, the whatever the heck. It's all nonsense. So that's why there's no real words I can say. Basically, the piercing is supposed to go through that spot and constantly stimulate it instead of the acupuncture being only temporary. So that's the idea, that the doth piercing will be there as a permanent thing that is supposed to help alleviate the migraines instead of acupuncture, which can only last for so long. So that's where this idea comes from. I don't know how much acupuncture really holds water. I have not looked into what acupuncture really is. I don't have migraines. I never really looked into if even acupuncture works. I'm sure it works to some degree, but I have no idea. But what I do know is there is no actual scientific evidence that say that doth piercings do cure migraines or help with migraines at all. And any good piercer will tell you that it's probably just a placebo effect. And don't get me wrong, they'll be happy if it works for you, but they are not going to be marketing you doth piercings to cure migraines, because in my opinion, and in their opinion, it would be extremely irresponsible since there is no scientific evidence that that is the case. 26 seconds in, let's try to watch some of this video. There's a lot of doozies in this though.
Just lie down, take up my hands, yeah.
Before the piercing, a full consultation took place and tests were done to pinpoint the most effective area to be pierced. Just sounds, to me, those tests, like, I don't know if they're trying to find a nerve or something, but it really just sounds like a scam to me. Like, it sounds scammy, in my personal opinion. It sounds scammy. There's no scientific evidence. So all of this, like, research you're doing, how much money does that cost? How much money does that cost? And you better hope you're getting a good piercing, but this person is some sort of holistic healer. I looked on their website. If you go to this person's video, you can click the link to this person's website. It says they're a holistic healer. They're not a doctor. They don't say they're a body piercer. It doesn't say anything. Like, who's giving this person the right to pierce? Oh, this video just irritates me so much. So I'm just going to keep going on tangents. So I'm sorry. I'm going to try to stop stopping.
It was quite balanced, so we decided to do both sides.
Yeah.
And our testing has showed a good response on both sides.
Yeah, definitely had a response from those needles. And there'll obviously be more of a kind of sensation, I guess, once the piercing's in compared to the needles, will there?
Oh, I hope so, yeah. Yeah.
Even the doctor said, I hope so. Like, he doesn't even know for a fact. He doesn't know how his procedure works and functions. But basically what they're talking about is, I'm pretty sure he's getting both doth piercings. He's getting a doth piercing on both sides, which if you're a body piercer, you know, or a piercing fanatic, you know, you don't get cartilage piercings on both sides. Not on the same day. At least give it a few months to heal between. Because even though it's not a helix piercing, it's not on the outer edge, it's not getting knocked by your hair and stuff, the pressure from your head on that pillow, it's going to hurt your piercing. It's going to inhibit it from healing as good as it could. So it's irresponsible, even if he's not marketing it for migraines. I can't pronounce things. Even if he's not selling it as a migraine cure, he's piercing two ears. He's piercing two cartilage piercings on two different ears at the same time on the same day. Ooh, and he probably charges people a lot of money as if he's a doctor's office, even though I'm not sure. I don't think he's a doctor, and I hope he's not a doctor, because doctors are supposed to do no harm and use science and medicine as evidence to help their practice further. So if there's no science, if you're not doing an actual clinical study or something like that, an actual scientific study yourself, without the scientific studies to back you, you're just botching people's ears. You're just giving people bad piercings at this point, in my personal opinion.
If you don't do the testing and we just get the sensation afterwards, that's, you know, that's the best thing to catch on camera.
Yeah.
But now I test, you've already had the sensation to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of my YouTube, the old ones, I didn't have the same testing method.
Just look at this guy's gloves. Just look at him. If you go to a good piercer, tattoo artist, doctor, nurse, dentist, they use gloves that fit. These gloves don't even fit. Where did he get these gloves? They're probably not even sterile. Obviously, I have no way to know if the gloves are sterile. I don't know where he got them from, if he just took them from a box, if he sterilized them. I don't know. But the fact that the gloves don't even fit this man's hands is really a red flag, in my opinion. Like, if you're a good piercer, unless you ran out of gloves in that size and you're still going to do it, but good piercers and body artists and doctors, they're going to have gloves that fit. Like, you're the only one doing piercings. How do you have gloves that are too big, but you don't have gloves that fit? I mean, I'm not sure if he's the only one doing the piercings, but from my understanding, this is like his practice that he's doing to people. Why don't you have gloves that fit? Why? Are they sterile? Did they just come from a box? That's not sterile. They might be clean. They're not sterile. Oh my god. It just yucky. He's touching the guy's face. He's cleaning the ear.
Mask isn't really
with just an alcohol wipe.
Forward, and I've got plenty of room.
But look at what he's touching with his gloves.
You're going to leave your mask on. Sometimes I'll get somebody to hold their mask on.
He's touching the guy's face with these gloves.
The mask is working quite well. You've got this back band.
Now, I don't know for sure. It's not in the video, but I'm assuming he didn't.
Positioning.
Let's go back.
Correct.
I don't know. Maybe he did change gloves.
Take a nice deep breath in. And
I don't
relax
know.
it out.
I don't know why the gloves are so baggy. He might have changed the gloves because it's like rolled up different on the wrist.
So this is a cannula piercing today.
And if you look here, doctors, I don't know if this guy's even a doctor, but if he is a doctor, even doctors are not trained in body piercing. If you don't know, he's using a catheter needle. Catheter needles are used in medicine by doctors, and the goal for catheter needles is to put fluid into your body, basically. I'm not a doctor, but from my understanding, catheter needles are not the same at all as piercing needles. If you go to a good piercer who's using good piercing needles, they have a bevel that is made perfectly, or as perfect as possible, to go through the ear with minimal trauma to the skin around it and minimal like tearing, basically. And a lot of piercing needles also have silicone on the outside to make it go in smoother. And I know if they don't, a lot of people would use lube or something to help it go in smoother. But regardless of what actual piercing needles are for, catheter needles are not piercing needles. They are not the same at all. If your piercer uses a catheter needle, it is not the same. I could go in more detail, but basically, catheter needles are going to give your piercing more trauma, and they're just not good. It stretches your piercing. It is just not made for piercings. And the fact that this person is using it on a piercing just shows that he has no idea how to pierce someone's ears. Even if he knew about doth piercing effects on migraines, like even if he was a doctor about that, it is just proof that he has no idea what he's doing when it comes to doing piercings. And it's so messed up that he's selling these piercings to people, in my personal opinion. It is just so messed up. But yeah, the catheter needle, big no-no. He's doing a terrible job, in my opinion. And look at how he used his glove and touched the guy's face, and then used that glove to pick up the jewelry and grab the catheter needle or like the plastic tube. Germs everywhere. I don't know how to keep things sterile. I'm not a piercer, but good piercers will know how to not touch things with their gloves and not touch your face, at least that much. They will only touch the area that they cleaned, and if they don't for whatever reason, they would change gloves before they pick up the jewelry. They're not gonna go and touch your face, touch the jewelry. No. It's so upsetting. It's so upsetting. I've already been recording for like 20 minutes.
So what's happening? It's gone through a tube.
Yep. So your jewelry's all in now. Just got to screw the ball on. I quite often use internal threaded jewelry, but this company are really good with their externals.
Okay.
And it's not a piece of jewelry that the ball sits against the piercing.
Listen.
So
Right.
external threaded jewelry doesn't really make any difference as long as the balls aren't going to fall off. So that's one side done.
Fantastic.
Was it painful? The question that everyone wants to know the answer to.
Yeah, I wasn't going to ask you before.
What? I'm not even sure what he said because he's so quiet. He said he often uses internally threaded jewelry, but this company's really good with their externals. I got a news flash for you, mister. There is no company that makes externally threaded jewelry is making it with implant grade materials. Even if it says implant grade titanium, if it has external threading, you know that it's not polished to a high polish finish that is required to be implanted into your body. So it would be like, oh my god, I can't even go into it. Like, it's just jewelry materials. I gotta make a video about jewelry materials and stuff because it is just so bad. It is so bad. But just know, if it is externally threaded jewelry, there is no way, shape, how, whatever words, I don't know how to freaking talk. There's no way that externally threaded jewelry is done good. This company does it well. No, because if a company cares enough to do it well, they're not doing it externally. If a company cares enough to give you the high polish finish to make it implant grade standard, to make it good enough to go in your body, if they care enough for that, they're going to care enough to make it internally threaded. No jewelry company that does externally threaded jewelry is going to make the externally threaded jewelry safe for your piercing. It's just junk jewelry. I don't care. I don't care if you wear it. If you wear externally threaded jewelry, good for you. You're not a piercer. You're not piercing people. If you wear, especially after your piercing's healed, it can be fine. But if you're the person piercing someone, if you're offering a piercing and you're offering people externally threaded jewelry and saying that this company does it okay, you are just lying. In my opinion, that's a lie. There's no jewelry company, there's no jewelry manufacturer that is making implant grade materials and implant quality finishes with an external thread. That is not happening anywhere in the world. It is just not a thing. Externally threaded jewelry is junk jewelry always. Doesn't matter if it's titanium. It's always junk jewelry. Not safe for a fresh piercing.
And it's not a piece of jewelry that the ball sits against the piercing, so
Right.
external threaded jewelry doesn't really make any difference as long as the balls aren't going to fall off. So
External threaded jewelry makes no difference. It does. It does. Because it's not even the threading at that point. I'm not even arguing about the threading. I'm arguing about the finish that is sitting in the ear. Metal will have micro scratches and burrs that you can't see with your naked eye, but you'll be able to tell it's not a high polish finish. Your jewelry should be mirror polish. It should be so shiny you can see yourself in it. And it doesn't matter if you think external threading is okay. The fact is that that jewelry does not have a high polish finish, so it doesn't matter if the ball's not sitting against the piercing. It doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with it at this point. The part that is in the piercing isn't even good enough for the piercing, okay? Freaking people just...
Before you did it, but I don't know, it is what it is, isn't it? You just put a big needle through my ear, so...
Yeah. It's not going to be not painful, is it?
No.
But generally speaking, it's less than what people expect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, like someone said, if you go through the pain of having migraines and bad headaches, it's not really much to put up with.
So this side is, your ear is being pulled forward, so
Right.
if I can have your right hand and just pop that down onto your mask.
I don't think he's changing gloves
That's
in
it,
between.
just takes the pulling forward of your ear away. Obviously go to the same hairdresser.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went this morning, actually.
Did you really?
Yeah.
It's going to
Yeah,
cut
they did.
though, I'm
I
sure,
just
a
walked
little
straight
bit.
and they said, yeah, I can do it right now.
No, I don't think he's changing the gloves in between these, because the wrinkle on his glove here is the same as when he goes to touch the jewelry stuff.
Now relax that through.
Touching the piercing implement with those dirty hands that he touched the bed with, he touched his mask with. Dirty. It's going to be like the same thing as the last time. Why are the gloves so baggy? And that's another thing. Why is he using tweezers instead of forceps?
We're almost there.
Super.
Screwing this all the last ball, just take your head slightly over. If I do ever drop the ball, I don't want it going in your ear hole.
So there shouldn't be an issue with those balls coming loose.
No, I mean occasionally if someone's, if you're 6 months down the line and someone's been cleaning them for you, they might clean them off, which is why I give you a couple of spare balls.
Okay.
Well, they don't come off. I would make sure they're reasonably tight. It's mainly the quality of the jewellery that's important.
Yeah. Definitely got a warming sensation in my ears.
Fabulous. You've got a thudding.
Couple of spare balls. If the jewelry is so cheap that you can just give a couple of spare balls away, it's junk jewelry. Because balls are going to cost like $16 at least. And that's the thing, if you do have internally threaded jewelry, a lot of times it can be screwed on a lot tighter and a lot more securely. And another reason why internally threaded jewelry will work better than externally threaded jewelry is that we are able to interchange the ends. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically externally threaded jewelry, usually you can't tighten it all the way because the ball just has like a hole and then the threads don't go all the way necessarily, blah blah blah. But the internally threaded, it has an ending, you can tie it on as tight as you can. And not only that, since the parts of internally threaded jewelry come separately, you can interchange it. If this ball has a problem with the threading that makes it fall out, they will test it beforehand. At least at my piercers, they test the balls to make sure that the threading is not faulty. Sometimes it can be, most of the time it's not, and if it is, they just be like, we gotta send this back to the manufacturer on our dime. We'll give you one that's good. Sometimes it's the bar. It happens sometimes. Things happen. But it happens a lot more frequently with externally threaded junk jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Like, internally threaded jewelry is just better all around, in my opinion, generally.
Maybe a little bit. But as in a
Touching the
pulse,
gloves.
I can feel it.
What's the point of the gloves if you're touching the outside of the gloves with your dirty hands? Even if you wash them, they're still dirty because they're not sterile. Come on.
My ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so take a seat. Any lightheadedness?
I don't feel lightheaded. I've got a strange sensation either.
And where was his like chart? Where was his like tests or scans that said where was the best place to pierce it? It looks like he just looked and then pierced it wherever. He didn't even mark it. I didn't even think about that. He didn't even mark the area for where to pierce. Where was the best place? How do you know you got the spot? The fact is, he has no way of knowing if he got the spot. He didn't look at any guides. He didn't mark it. He didn't mark it. Like, you would think that if he was trying to mark a specific spot, like this guy paid for this testing to be done so that his piercings would be in the right spot to properly treat the migraines or whatever garbage this guy's selling. Why didn't you mark the spot? Why? Why didn't you mark the spot? Why didn't you mark the spot? Makes no sense. You're selling nothing. You didn't mark it. You didn't mark where the proper spot was. I saw no marking.
Side of my head here at the moment.
Yep.
But nothing, nothing.
Okay, I'm pleased because when we were doing the testing, your left eye was slightly down.
Was it?
When you said you could still feel a little bit in there, and now it's come up.
What,
so your eyes, your eyes are very even. Do you feel clarity in your head?
Yeah, it does feel clear. Yeah. Yeah,
And your neck and shoulders?
I don't know. I'm still feeling a little bit kind of.
From the piercing.
Yeah, a little bit kind of like tense.
Yeah.
But
It's these moments that you go from one to the other.
Yeah. But
Feel
yeah,
good
my
all the time.
shoulders, my neck and shoulders feel fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the things that is quite prominent, people feel sort of almost like a lightness on their shoulders.
Sounds like the placebo effect. And, I guess I can do a before and after of what this guy looked like before the piercing and after the piercing. And you tell me if his left eye looks like it's droopier before or after. Sounds like a load of hooey to me, but what do I know?
Neck and...
Yeah, it does feel light. I do feel light around there. I can't say that I noticed massively, but
Yeah.
thinking about it, it does feel. Yeah, it does feel.
How does a piercing affect your neck and shoulders? It's a stab through your cartilage in your ear. It has no effect on your neck or your shoulders.
So we've got a headache when... So aftercare kit. First and foremost, my business cards with my mobile phone numbers on the back. So if you get any problems, questions or queries, say for example you think you've got some type of...
You notice how the guy is like, oh, do you feel this certain type of way? Instead of being like, how do you feel? Can you describe anything? He's being like, oh, well, like normally people feel this in their shoulders. And then the guy's, well, like, maybe I do feel that. Because obviously the guy's hopeful that what he's buying from this man is actually helping him. You know what I mean? Like, obviously he wants his migraines to go away. He wants the treatment to be working on him. I hope the placebo effect really takes place for this guy and that the piercings work for him. I really, really hope so. But this guy is literally like feeding you information like, oh, are you feeling this certain type of way? Normally people feel that way. Like just feeding him what he should be feeling like in this moment. And it's like, if he didn't bring it up himself, maybe he doesn't feel that way.
Infection. Just give me a call, WhatsApp me, email me. I will get back to you. This is your spare piece of jewellery, which is that Septum you got in, and it's just going to give you 2 spare balls.
Right.
It also tells you what grade the titanium is.
Okay.
In that packet. Your aftercare instructions are written down in this piece of paper, and then the aftercare products are a sterile saline, which is an atomizer, which is nice and easy to spray into the ears.
Doesn't matter if it's made of titanium, if it doesn't have a high quality finish. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And there's some brands that actually sell implant grade titanium and they fake their like lab, I don't know the terminology. They fake that paperwork. And I assume jewelry that's so cheap that you can just give an extra piece of it away maybe it's cheap enough that they also are not reputable enough to have actual good certifications. Like, they could probably fake their certifications too. And it doesn't matter, and like I said before, it doesn't matter what quality the metal itself is if it's not polished or treated in the way that's a quality way.
And this is an essential oil aftercare.
It's probably tea tree oil, but like, I guess someone holistic would be selling essential oils, so maybe that's the one thing I can't fault him on. That's like on brand and good for him. Essential oils. Give me scientific proof. Give me a scientific study that proves that essential oils actually work, especially for piercings. And listen to what he tells them to do with it.
Don't use this on the bottom of the piercings. All that is for putting one drop on the top of the piercing when you go to bed at night.
Okay.
So literally, clean finger, put one drop on it, onto the very top of the piercings, job done. And it helps to soften the piercings.
Not even a Q-tip. He's like, well, because I know Q-tips leave fibers, but like, your fingers are dirty too. Like, what are you talking about? Even if they're clean, like, they're not sterile. And now you're just putting essential oils and dripping oils onto a healing wound for no reason. At least if you have a bump, there's like some reason for the like extra treatment. There's no bump, there's no nothing. You're just putting essential oils onto someone's piercing when it's not proven to work.
Yeah.
Yep. Get them a little bit wet in the shower.
Okay.
If you get soap and shampoo near them, fine, no problem at all. Just make sure it's rinsed off.
Yeah.
Jump out the shower, dry yourself off, by which time anything that's a little bit
Why is bath even an option? You're not supposed to submerge piercings into water.
crusty, sometimes you get a little bit of lymph, goes a little bit crusty. The water tends to soften that, so it's easier to remove.
Right.
Put a little bit of the cotton wool into your ear hole, that's all it's for, it's not for cleaning. Just to stop you spraying into your ear hole.
Okay, yeah.
And then spray the saline, top and bottom, both sides, and sit there for 3 or 4 minutes. Let it all soak in.
Okay.
Then get a little bit of kitchen roll, so not a tissue or a cotton wool.
And
You're
why does
using
he
a
only
cotton
have
wool bud.
5 cotton
Wrap a little bit
balls?
of kitchen roll around it.
Okay. Because of the fibres on it.
I don't mind this part of the aftercare, the spraying with the saline after a shower, like that's okay. For the cotton balls, if you can't use a Q-tip, why can you use cotton balls? Doesn't make sense. And also, why is there only 5 cotton balls in that bag? Are you saying it's only going to take 5 days of showers to like heal this piercing? Why don't you give him a whole bag of cotton balls?
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
Roll your kitchen roll into a point like so, and then you can dab it in, get rid of any gump off your jewellery,
Okay.
top and bottom, clean piece for the other side.
Right.
Now you are far better off getting somebody else to do this for you.
Cotton balls have fibers too. It doesn't make sense. Your logic, it's not consistent. It's not consistent. Not consistent. The kitchen roll, that's just paper towels. I can get down with that as long as it's clean. Rubbing your grubby hands on it that aggressively, it's probably not the cleanest thing you can do. But getting a point, like folding it to a point and dabbing up the extra water could be good. A lot of people like non-woven gauze because that's actually sterile and it won't have the fibers because it's not woven. But honestly, Q-tips, in my opinion, I'm not a piercer, but I don't personally think Q-tips are the end of the world. Just don't be too aggressive. Just like be careful. It would probably also be much better to air dry it, like with a hair dryer specifically. But it is good to like dry it off and get some of the excessive crusties off if there's like a lot of crustiness. But a little bit of crustiness sometimes can be okay to leave on a piercing if it's like protecting a scab or something like that. But I'm not even really criticizing the aftercare. I've pretty much already criticized everything.
Yeah. Because you can't see these piercings very easily.
Yeah, sure.
Otherwise it's a question of setting up an awkward mirror situation that then, generally speaking, doesn't work very well.
Yeah.
Sleeping, we went through earlier, because we've got both sides done, which is roughly about 50% of people that I see have both sides done. The pillowcase on either side particularly. Some people will do things like have a really soft up-down pillow.
It's rough for 50% of people to get both sides done. So why are you piercing people with both sides on the same day? Why? Just have them come back in a month and do the second one. At least a month. Probably more than a month. Okay, been recording for 40 minutes. My camera overheated. I had to take a 10-minute break. Again. So frustrating. Anyway, let's try to get through the rest of this video and I'll give my closing thoughts.
Make a fist in it so they've got a little area to put their ear in if they're a single-side sleeper all the time.
Make a fist in a down pillow? Wouldn't it be easier to just get an airplane pillow like everyone recommends? A soft down pillow. Like, your head is the heavy thing, not the pillow.
Yeah. But most people will use a travel pillow.
Okay.
You've got about a week of gentle sleeping that they will annoy you at times. Then they'll start to settle down, and then you might have a couple of other episodes as they're starting to heal. Okay. Sometimes if you bang them, they get a little bit sore.
Right.
If there's anything yellow or any fluid, it doesn't mean that you've got an infection. And also, don't over clean these piercings. They suffer from being over cleaned more than being under cleaned.
Sure. Okay.
But any questions or queries, give me a shout.
Yeah, perfect.
And that is the aftercare covered.
Excellent. So this in the evening at bed.
Yeah.
And then this after a shower.
So the oil, the important thing to remember with the essential oil, which is called BPA, it's a piercing aftercare oil.
Yeah.
Is not to put that near the bottom part.
Why
of the
not?
ring, just on the top. You don't want it building up inside the ear because it will cause an infection.
Okay.
If it's something that can give you an ear infection, obviously it's not good for your body. It will give you an infection. If you use this oil wrong, it'll give you an infection. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Wow, that was an experience. So I've come out now then, and I've had my Darth piercing, both my Darth pierce. Check it out. There you go. Oh yes, and yeah, right now I've obviously got a bit of a sensation going on in my ears, like a bit of pressure, obviously.
Just got pierced.
Rather large holes put in
not that
parts
large
of my ear, and yeah, my head's feeling different, I must say. And I did turn up earlier today with a tiny bit of headache, just a little bit, and right now it's interesting how I feel. It's yeah, I've got a kind of light, eyes wide open kind of feeling. Hard to explain really, but even Richard, the piercer, said that this eye had raised a bit, which was interesting. He didn't tell me initially that he thought it was down a bit.
I gotta check that.
He actually said it had raised a bit, which is quite cool. I guess I'm just looking forward to not getting as many headaches. That would be absolutely fantastic. So what I will be doing is an update in about 4 weeks, I think. I'm guaranteed, without this or before this, I'm guaranteed to get a headache at least 3 times a week. So in theory I should get quite a few in 4 weeks. So with this in, hopefully that number will definitely be reduced, which would be really good. So yeah, any questions or comments about the procedure and what have you, then, you know, leave those in the comments box below, and I will leave a link to the website of the place where I've just been. But Richard, he was super helpful, so big shout out to Richard.
Well, I really hope that those piercings heal up okay for him, and I really hope they work for him, placebo effect or not. I know there's no evidence That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, it could be true. There's no evidence to prove it's true, though. You can't sell it like that. You can't sell it like that. And also, if you're gonna be piercing people, I think that holistic healer guy should go through an apprenticeship to learn how to properly pierce people and not sell a bunch of hooey as if it's fact or whatever. Like, it doesn't sit right with me. I hope the placebo effect really goes into full effect for this guy. I guess we'll see it in 4 weeks if it gets recommended to me and I find it. But I really hope it works for him. I hope he gets rid of his migraines. I hope it works for him. Whatever the case is, I hope he can feel better with his migraines, and I hope all of that nonsense wasn't for nothing, because who knows how much he spent on the tests that the guy did and whatever else the guy was selling. Oh my gosh. And I hope it heals okay with putting those essential oils on it for no reason at all, just to put oils on a piercing. Weird. I never put oils on my scabs. Like, why would you put oils in your brand new fresh piercing? Because that's also not clinically proven to work in any sort of way. It's just a thing that people do. Either way, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'd really like to see your input on it. Like, were you cringing just as much as I was watching the whole thing? I just wish there wasn't so much, like, hogwash going on. Like, if it was more transparent, like, this might work for you. Like, some people it works for you. Or if it was actually or if it was actually, like, a clinical trial or a clinical study, actual scientific study, if the guy was actually a doctor. Actually, if he was a doctor selling it like he is, that would be terrible, because doctors need science to back them up when they prescribe things and do things to people. They can't just do things willy-nilly. But either way, I hope it works out for him. I wish this holistic doctor guy didn't sell this. It's not right. It's not right, not clinically proven. Like, he's not even a piercer. He's not a good piercer. He's using baggy gloves. Oh, just a bunch of nasty to me. Just seems nasty to me. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Like I said, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. It really helps me out. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you. See you in the next one. Bye! I wish this freaking camera wouldn't keep overheating for no reason. There's like, why are you overheating? Why? What's the big deal? I don't know. I really hope it works for him though. Hope it's not all for nothing.